Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shivkumar. Today I bring a new lecture for you, a small packet of knowledge on plastering, pointing and damp proofing. Hope you will enjoy this session. So let's start with the plastering. As we all know, that plastering is one of the most important part of the construction industry because by this plastering we can make the wall smooth, finish and make it aesthetically beautiful. There are so many types, there are so many mixes based on the requirement or strength. We are using so many types of combination of this mortar. So applying mortar coats on the surface of any construction, it may be a column, it may be a ceiling, it may be a wall, just to make it smooth finish, which is called the plastering. Or in the simplest word, we can define it like the applying of a mortar to make the wall finish and smooth is known as the plastering. The mortar for plastering may be a cement mortar, maybe a lime mortar. So we can finish it up to make it smooth. The purpose of both the type of mortar is to finish or to smoothen the surface. The lime mortar used shall have fat lime to sand ratio is 1:3 or 1:4. So one part is the fat lime and 3 part is the sand. If hydraulic lime is used to this mix proportion, then lime is to sand ratio should be 1:2. And if we use cement mortar, then it may be 1:4 is to 1:6. Any kind of proportion we can use based on the requirement. Just to combine the cost effectiveness of lime mortar and good quality of cement mortar, many use cement mortar of proportion like cement, lime and sand. So one part of cement, one part of lime and 6 part of sand. And sometimes it may be a higher. The cement lime were keep constant to 1:1 and the sand ratio can be increased up to 8 part. And there is a one more mix is 1:2:8, 1 part cement, 2 part lime and 8 parts of sand can be used for making the or for plastering. The next is the objective of plastering. Why plastering is needed? Just to conceal the defect of workmanship, to make it a good appearance, just to protect the wall from rainwater and other atmospheric agencies, just to protect the surface against vermin, smoothen the surface, avoid catching of dust. So these are the basic objectives. That's why we are using the mortar as a plastering material. Now the requirements of the good plaster. How we can say that this material is good for plastering or this plastering material is good. So it should possess the following properties, like it should adhere to the background easily. It should be enough hard and durable after drying. It should prevent penetration of moisture and rainwater as well. It should be cheap and economical. It should possess good and or excellent workability so that it is easy to apply. It should be efficiently check entry or penetration of moisture from the surface. So these are the basic requirement of plaster which a good mortar or plaster must possess. So in that series, let's start with the kind of mortar which we are using. The first one is the lime mortar. It consists of equal volume of lime and sand. These two materials are carefully ground in mortar mill. Fat lime is recommended for the plastering work, as I have mentioned in my previous slide. Next is cement mortar. It is a combination of cement and river sand, which is thoroughly mixed in dry condition and then add water as per the requirement or water cement ratio, and then fine slurry can be made, and this is applied to the wall. The next is the waterproof mortar. Some specific requirements are there where we need the waterproofing. So this mortar can be used. So this can be used while we are making the drains, simple nallies, overhead tank, cemented overhead tank. So it is the basic requirement that mortar should possess the waterproofing properties. When there is a plastering, then there must be some defects. So what are these defects? We'll discuss in my consequent slides. The first one, your first most important defect, which is found in the plastering, is the blistering on the plaster surface. The blistering is normally a swelling of plaster, and that is due to the flaking of lime particles when applied as a plaster. So during that plastering or after some time, the plaster gets swelled and make some deformation over the and disturb the aesthetic beauty of the wall or surface. The next is the flaking. It is one of the most important feature or defect in the plastering, in which very loose mass of plastered surface due to poor bonding converts into the flakes and removed from the surface. Next is the peeling. It is the complete dislocation of some portion of the plaster surface resulting in the formation of patch. This is also an example of imperfect bonding, or some mixing issue may be there. So cement quantity or lime quantity in that area may differ or may not have a proper bonding. So that may be due to any of the reason. Next is cracking. The cracking consists of formation of cracks or fissures in the plasterwork resulting from the following reason: imperfect preparation of background, structural defect in building, discontinuity of surface, movement in the background due to thermal expansion or rapid drying. This may be due to the shrinkage or expansion, due to faulty workmanship. So crack may appear by the following reasons. Next is the popping. It is a formation of conical hole in the plastered surface due to presence of some particles which expand on the setting. Next is a rust stain. These are sometimes formed when plaster is applied on the metal laths. Uneven surface. This is obtained due to poor workmanship. So surface may uneven, and in appearance, it may disturb the beauty of the room or the surface. Next come to the pointing. This is called the art in the construction. When we do not apply any plastering, so just to make the surface beautiful, aesthetically good or excellent, we need the pointing. The pointing is the process of either removal of excess mortar that is coming out from the joint. The pointing may be of these 8 types as shown in the figure and name. The withered pointing, it is shown in that joint, that how this excess of plaster or this plaster is removed to make the surface beautiful. That struck pin pointing, flush pointing. In the flush pointing, the joint was smoothened or just keep in the level of the brick. V-grooved pointing, keyed pointing, recessed joint, tuck pointing, and beaded pointing. So these are the basic style in which we can make the pointing to make the wall or external wall beautiful, aesthetically good or excellent. The next and most important part is the damp. The damp may be defined as the water content which has appear on the surface of any construction member. It may be a wall, it may be a beam, it may be a column, it may be a sometimes foundation, which cannot be seen in the constructed room. But when we are going to construct, it can be seen because sometimes the soil water move in upward direction due to poor material, applying of poor material or poor workmanship or the improper DPC treatment. So dam prevention is the chief requirement to ensure the safety of building against dam. One of the basic requirements in all the building is that structure should be dry as far as possible. Because if damp is there, so it may not only corrode or disrupt the building material, but also may reduce the life of the material and the structure. This is not satisfied. If this is not satisfied, it is likely that building may become inhabitable and unsafe from the structural point of view. It is also caused unhygienic condition because the damp supports the algal growth, bacterial growth, and viral growth. In order to prevent entry of damp into a building, the courses known as damp proofing course are provided at various entry level of the damp, which is commonly known as the DPC treatment. The DPC treatment is provided over the foundation at a ground level, and after that, wall is constructed over the DPC. So it checks the soil water to get penetrate into the wall. Now, there are some causes of dampness which may disturb the life, beauty, and also corrode the building material. The faulty design of structure, may be a faulty construction, may be a poor workmanship, and also it may be due to the poor quality of material of construction that I have mentioned in my previous slide. There are some more reasons for the dampness. Sometimes we use a good material, sometimes the workmanship is satisfactory, but rising of moisture from the ground. Suppose if the nearby plot is empty and the rainwater is collected in a quantity or it is waterlogged, then definitely moisture or water may penetrate into the wall and may appear in the inner surface of the structure. It may be due to the action of rainwater, it may be due to the penetration from the top wall, this is known as the parapet wall, condensation due to atmospheric moisture, and miscellaneous sources that may cause due to poor drainage of site, imperfect orientation. Orientation defines that the availability of sunlight. So the orientation of the flat or the building may be in the west direction or in the north direction, where it may not be possible to get the sunlight all the time or maximum time. It may be a constructional dampness. So these are the basic reason. But what it affects? What are the basic effects of the dampness? Why we should protect our building or structure from the damp? So these are the basic effects which we'll discuss in the slide. The damp building creates unhealthy living and working condition for occupants. Presence of damp condition causes efflorescence, a whitish lining or layer that may be due to the dissolution of salts and appeared on that surface, on a building surface, which ultimately may result in the disintegration of the brick, stones, tiles, and hence the reduction in the strength of the structure. It may cause bleaching and flaking of the paint, which result in the formation of colored patches on the wall surface and ceiling. It may be resulted corrosion of material, and there are so many damages can be caused due to this damp. So this is all about the plastering, pointing, and damp condition. Hope you enjoyed this session. In the next lecture, we'll meet again with a new topic, which is ventilation and air conditioning. Till then, thanks to all of you for sparing time and listening me carefully and for your paying for the attention. Thanks once again. Goodbye.